Jim Hanson's former U.S. Army Special Forces and Middle East Forum's chief strategist. Jim, is there anything the vice president said you want to react to?
I would like to agree with everything the vice president just said. I think the administration has been perfectly clear, and I think the people who are saying that there is no plan, there are no clear goals, the mission is undefined, are simply playing politics. Secretary of War Hegseth this morning laid it out perfectly, and when he said that we not only need to take out any of their nuclear program that remains and they're trying to reconstitute, also their ballistic missiles, but the conventional forces that protect that stuff and allow them to have safe haven inside their country to do those foul deeds they're attempting to do. So that's why we're blowing up all of their dangerous toys, and I think that's the mission, not trying to topple the government.
We had you on Saturday night when this was just breaking, and we're now here Monday night. How do you think things have gone so far?
Oh, I can tell you the military leadership and national security leadership are thrilled. You know, there has been a tremendous degradation of all of the things they set out to destroy. So essentially, yes, there are some missiles and drones and other things that are making it through, and that's dangerous, and the deaths that come from that are horrible. But to take on a country with as much of that capability as Iran and to wipe out most of it, to control the skies and the rest of it, it's been tremendously successful.
And the Iranians kind of lashing out like a wounded animal. Missiles going here, they're going there indiscriminately. Do we have the defensive posture to protect our troops and our allies at this point?
We have as much as anyone could expect in there. And like I said, some are going to get through. Nothing is perfect. But it's been amazing to watch just how much they have done and how they've been able to keep the vast majority of people in the region safe.
You know, when China looks at this, or the Russians look at it, or anybody looks at this, what we've been able to do since Saturday morning, what do you think they're feeling?
I think they're feeling that the United States has once again reasserted itself as the global superpower, and as we should. If we abdicate that responsibility as we have too often in the past, they will fill the gaps, they will make a vacuum, and it's not a good thing for anybody. So now, if we do get a regime in or a new non-regime in Iran, that's going to be better for everybody and stop China and Russia's influence. And I hope that we can get Reza Pahlavi to join with people like the Iran Freedom Congress and others who are moderates who want to unify the country in resistance and bring Iran into the community of nations as a prosperous and secure part of the Middle East.
Yeah, peace in the Middle East, that would be something. Great to see you as always, Jim. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.